Hello, and welcome to the August installment of Construction Junction, presented to you by MSU Infrastructure Planning and Facilities. We hope that you'll find this new online format of Construction Junction useful and informative. If you have any comments or questions concerning this presentation, or have suggestions on how we might improve, please let us know via the feedback box on the Construction Junction webpage located at the address on the screen. We thank you in advance for helping us improve your experience. The agenda for the August presentation will begin with updates on which projects are going to the next two Board of Trustees meetings. We will then share information on the upcoming FRIB open house. Next, we will have a project presentation on the IM Sports West Replace Pool and Locker Rooms HVAC Systems project. Lastly, we will have project updates on the 1855 Place project, Breslin Student Events Center facility upgrades, TB Simon Power Plant Upgrade Utility Substation, Engineering Building Alterations to Suite 1515, Commuter Parking Lot 89 Reconstruct Southeast Section, Sheep Barn Addition 2 Sheep Lambing and Research Facility, and Music Practice Building Replace Windows. Beginning with the September BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will be, for Step 2, Authorization to Proceed, Data Center, and for Step 3, Bid and Contract Award, Food Processing and Innovation Center. Moving on to the October BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will be, for Step 2, Authorization to Proceed, IM Sports West, Replace Pool and Locker Room HVAC Systems, and Hubbard Hall, Exterior Masonry Repair and Window Replacement, Phase 2. On Saturday, August 20th, there will be behind-the-scenes tours of the progress being made at the Facility for Rare Isotope Beams facility currently in construction. This is a chance for the public to tour the FRIB and cyclotron facilities and see demonstrations and presentations by facility staff. Parking at admission is free. The tours will start at 1 p.m., with the last tour being given at 4 p.m. The FRIB facility is located at 640 South Shaw Lane, across from the Shaw Lane parking ramp. For more information, please visit the web address on the screen. We begin with a presentation on the project to replace the pool and locker room HVAC systems at IM Sports West. IM Sports West is located in the Athletic and Recreation District adjacent to Spartan Stadium. This project is necessary as the current HVAC equipment serving the pool area and locker room is deteriorating and in need of replacement. Many of the units are non-operational, and the equipment serving the pool does not provide any dehumidification to control humidity levels. The scope of the project will include replacement of the existing HVAC equipment with energy-efficient systems that will provide code-required ventilation to each space and maintain proper indoor temperature and relative humidity conditions in the pool area, replacement of the ductwork serving indoor pool and locker rooms, reinforcement of the structure, upgrading the electrical system as needed for new equipment, infilling openings between the pool area and the adjacent locker rooms' mechanical spaces, maintaining the pool area at a slightly negative pressure relative to adjacent spaces to separate pool environment from adjacent spaces and prevent further corrosion of locker rooms, removal of the ceiling cloud and upgrading the lights in associated areas, replacement of the manual pool temperature system with an automatic pool water control system, extension of the fire protection systems to renovated areas, and replacement and upgrading of fire alarms in the renovated areas. The project is scheduled to begin in May of 2017 with completion by September. The only change to the floor plan will be the addition of a door at the location indicated. This diagram shows the plan for the various HVAC zones on the first floor. Here you see a photo of the pool area and a view of the existing ceiling cloud above the pool. Here is a view of the ductwork area above the pool ceiling and an example of some of the deteriorating equipment in need of replacement. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the IM Sports West Pool and Locker Room HVAC Systems project can be directed to the design representative, Sue Hopper. We now begin this month's project updates with the 1855 Place project. This project is located in the Northwest Residential Mixed-Use Districts at the former site of the Michigan State Police East Lansing Post. The goals of this project include creating a living environment that supports both single student and student families around the resources they need to be academically successful, creating an institutional asset to further our world-class land-grant mission, consolidating office spaces from across campus, freeing up space for academic programs while saving resources and improving communications, and creating synergies between residential and hospitality services and intercollegiate athletics. The scope of the project will include a 102,000 square foot mixed-use office building that will be LEED Silver certified, which will include RHS offices, intercollegiate athletic offices, as well as retail space. Creation of 438,000 square feet of student apartments, both single student apartments as well as family housing apartments. Creation of 2,075 parking spaces, including a parking deck to accommodate students, staff, and campus events. Funding sources for this project will come from auxiliary funds, from RHS, intercollegiate athletics, and parking fees. Construction on this project commenced this past summer and will continue through the summer of 2017. The site as it existed prior to the start of construction shows the location of University Village, which will remain after construction is complete, the location of event parking, which is being relocated to the south, as well as the 3 structures that have been demolished or relocated. The site redevelopment will include building of new family housing, single student apartments, retail and office space, and a new parking deck and surface lot. This project is being completed in 2 phases in order to minimize disruptions and to maintain event parking availability during the entirety of the project. Phase 1 included demolition of the existing police post buildings and the theater department scene shop, which was relocated to South Campus next to the MSU Federal Credit Union. Phase 1 also includes the construction of the parking ramp and surface lot, as well as the construction of 3 family housing units. During Phase 1 construction, a temporary construction access road has been installed to the west of the site. Phase 2 of the project will include construction of the single student apartment buildings, as well as the office and retail towers. During this phase, event parking will be moved to the newly constructed parking deck and surface lot. Here you see an aerial view rendering of the project showing the location of the new parking deck, the office and retail towers, single student apartment buildings, the existing University Village structures, and the new family housing units. Here you see the address and building name assignments for this project. Please note that the address of the Communications Storage University Building is changing from 1165 Garden City Road to 1159 Pine Tree Court. The address of the parking booth for Lot 63 is also changing from 721 South Harrison Road to 675 South Harrison Road. Here is a view of the proposed office tower showing the intercollegiate athletic office space on the top floor. And here is a view of the mixed-use tower from the corner of Harrison and Kalamazoo. Progress is being made on the structural steel components of the office and mixed-use tower building. Exterior work on the single student unit continues. And another view of the single student housing units. Here you see some examples of the interior finishing work that is being done in the family housing units, and more views of the family housing interiors. Work on the community playground area nears completion. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the 1855 Place project can be directed to the project representative, Andy Linebaugh. We next have an update on the work that is being done as part of the Breslin Student Events Center Facility Upgrades Project. The Breslin Center is located in the Athletic and Recreation District. The university is undertaking this project in order to enhance the student, alumni, fan, and public experience by improving the functionality of the event center, to create a lasting legacy by integrating a sense of Spartan tradition throughout the facility, and to extend the useful life of the building by improving services to the fans and implementing major maintenance items. The project will be divided into two phases, facility upgrades and athletics addition. The phases are being designed in a way that minimizes rework and are being fully coordinated throughout their design and construction. Phase 1 will include a 22,000 square foot addition around the building, an updated concourse, renovation and upgrading of the restroom facilities, renovation of concession stands, improvements to the entry vestibules to the main concourse, improvements to finish levels and experience on the concourse, improvements to site conditions for ingress and egress, improvements to site security, replacement of the chiller system, and connection to the East Lansing water system. Phase 2 will include a 30,000 square foot addition, which will create a sense of main entry and destination into the building, and will include a basketball hall of history. Construction on this project began in January and is expected to be complete by August of 2017. Here you see the proposed floor plan of the completed facility upgrades, showing the expansion of the concourse area, the new restroom and concession areas, and the new Hall of History. Here is a graphic showing the work that is being completed during the period of July 29th through August 28th, designating those areas of the facility that will be offline. Note that other areas of the facility, including the arena, will remain open during construction to provide accessibility to various events. Access to these areas will be maintained through the Berkowitz facility. Work during this period will include median work on Harrison Road, lane closure on Kalamazoo Street for curb and paving repairs, and relocation of the CATA bus stop on Kalamazoo Street. As part of the Breslin upgrade, there will also be changes to the area surrounding the center. A new plaza outside of the Hall of History is planned, with the Magic Johnson statue being slightly relocated to accommodate the new addition. There will also be improvements to adjacent parking and loading areas, as well as a new crosswalk across Harrison Road to the newly constructed parking ramp. Here you see an artist rendering of one of the upgraded concourse gate areas. Entrances will now have expanded plazas for better pedestrian flow, as well as double sets of doors to improve temperature maintenance. Here you see an artist rendering of the Hall of History Plaza, which will include the relocated Magic Johnson statue. Work on the exterior of the Northeast Addition continues. In the plaza and access areas around the Northeast Addition, new sidewalks have been poured, bollards have been installed, and hydro-seeding of the surrounding areas is complete. It is interesting to note that the small bricks along the bollard wall glow in the dark to provide visual interest and accent lighting. Work continues on the landscape and hardscape areas around the Northwest Addition. Flooring work at all main entrance gates includes the installation of poured terrazzo Sparty heads. Foundation wall and footing construction continues at the Hall of History Addition. In January, the Spartan Basketball All-Access YouTube episode number 3, entitled Big Plans, featured an interview with IPF Design Representative Jeff Bonk, as well as head coach Tom Izzo's take on the project.
You know, they say when there's cranes in the air, it means good things are happening. You know, when you have trucks out there, when you have cones out there, when you have fences out there, when they are tearing down some things to put up even bigger and better things, it's very exciting.
On October 30th, 2015, the Michigan State University Board of Trustees approved a $50 million expansion and renovation to the Breslin Center, the home of MSU's men's and women's basketball, and host to more than 200 events each year. Some of the renovations highlights include a 26,000 square foot addition to the concourse and a Hall of History, planned to encompass 33,000 square feet.
The design has just been completed, so about 18 months of design work is done. So there's a lot that goes ahead of the construction. Construction is starting right now in January. We're setting trailers out right now. You see some fencing. Then you'll start to see some exterior work being done outside of the building.
There's a number of things going on there. I think what Spartan fans and folks that visit the Breslin Center are going to see and will impact them ultimately. Wider concourses, new entryways, new floors, new lighting, new concession areas, new restrooms, more restrooms. The fan amenities will be tremendously upgraded. The exterior entryways into the building, there'll be more plaza space outside. Those are all things I think that Spartan fans will see and really enjoy when it's done. But then there's another piece of the project that's an athletics piece, where the Magic Johnson statue is now in the southeast corner of the building. Will be our Hall of History and become one of the main entrances to the building. Included in that will be a new box office. There'll be a retail store there that'll sell Spartan goods. And then a high-tech, high-energy, if you will, Hall of History area that's going to kind of tell the story of our men's basketball program, our women's basketball program. And we're going to use enough technology in there that technology can be used for other events that are in the building, for graduations and so on, so that we can greet people and recognize people as they come in to see graduation. So that piece will start in May. And that piece will parallel what's going on with the rest of the building, and then it'll all be finished right around August, September 1 of 2017.
In addition to the renovations being done on the ground level, one level below the Hall of History will be a new basketball strength and conditioning center, named after former Michigan State basketball player Draymond Green, who made a $3.1 million contribution to MSU athletics in the fall. The entire Hall of History project at the Breslin Center has been graciously funded by donors and supporters of Michigan State basketball.
I will say what's really exciting about it and unique is it's a phased project, so it'll happen over 2 years while the building's still in full operation. So we'll still be holding events in the building while construction's going on. So from a construction standpoint, it makes it really unique and at times will be exciting. But you know, it'll be safe for everybody to get in and out of the building. And there may be some small inconveniences outside of the building, getting around the outside of the building, but for the most part, the next few months, they shouldn't be affected at all.
I think they've gone with the theory that, you know, you want to keep making it better. And when it's time to do that, and it's been time to do that now, they're doing it. And so it's pretty exciting around Michigan State right now, because there's more than a couple cranes in the skyline, but it's really exciting in the basketball office with the team we got and what's happening to our arena and what's going to happen to our Hall of History and our weight room, and just getting so many people involved. It's vibrant around here right now.
For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the Breslin Center Facility Upgrades project can be directed to the construction representative, Jason Van Zee. Next, we have an update on the T.B. Simon Power Plant Utility Substation project. This project is located in the service district adjacent to the power plant. This project serves to provide a substation with increased capacity and reliability to deliver power to FRIB and the T.B. Simon Power Plant. The scope of the project consists of 3 elements: an underground 138 kilovolt transmission line from the existing Michigan Electric Transmission Company transmission line north to the substation, installation of a larger capacity substation consisting of 2 transformers with space for a future 3rd transformer, and installation of a substation along the Michigan Electric transmission line. Impacts to the campus community include limited duration road closures of Bennett Road, Forest Road, and Pavilion Drive from April through August of this year. Certain sections of the Forest Acres East course will be impacted during installation of the conduit line. Site restoration will be performed by the IPF Landscape Services Department. Energizing the system will require critical coordination between the power plant and the FRIB. Construction on the project began in January of 2016, with power availability by March of 2017. Here you see an aerial view of the project site, which includes a new substation, a new underground transmission line, and connection to the existing Michigan Electric Transmission Company transmission line. Here you see sections of the underground duct bank being installed along College Road. Here is a view of the crane lift of one of the 50 megavolt amp transformers at the new Spartan substation. Progress is being made on the installations of the foundation for the new green substation. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you'll find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the utility substation project can be directed to the construction representative, Chris Barnes. Next, we have an update on the engineering building alterations to Suite 1515 project. The engineering building is located in the Central Academic District, just west of Anthony Hall. This project is necessary to provide the newly created Department of Computational Mathematics, Science, and Engineering space to house faculty and staff. The scope of the project will include renovation of Suite 1515 to include creation of a second floor within the space, creation of an office suite for the departmental chairperson and staff, creation of 25 faculty offices, 3 visiting scholar shared offices, 10 postdoc workstations, 120 graduate assistant workstations, and 1 academic specialist office, and creation of shared space, which will include conferencing areas, collaboration enclaves, and study rooms. Impacts to the campus community include closure of the engineering library, which was previously housed in this space, relocation of study space to the east wing of the building, restriction of pedestrian access to the courtyard from the south, and short-duration crane lifts to bring new equipment into the penthouse. Construction on the project began in January of this year, and it's expected to be complete by August. Here you see a view of the newly created first-floor graduate assistant spaces, and a view of the collaboration spaces on the first floor, and a view of additional graduate assistant space on the newly created second floor. And here we have views of some of the corridors showing the glass front office spaces. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the Engineering Building Suite 1515 alterations project can be directed to the construction representative, Todd Wilson. We now have an update on the project to reconstruct the southeast section of Commuter Parking Lot 89. Commuter Lot 89 is located in the service district at the intersection of Farm Lane and Mountain Hope Road. This project was necessary to reconstruct deteriorated parking bays and the bus loop road, and to reestablish the pavement conditions ahead of the solar array project. As part of the solar carport project, new lighting will be provided on the underside of the arrays for parking convenience and safety. Construction on the project began in May of 2016 and was completed at the end of July. Here you see an overall site plan for the project. The areas in blue underwent full depth reconstruction. The areas in red had milling and resurfacing only. Here is an aerial view of the site as it existed prior to construction. It is interesting to note that this photo was not enhanced, and it clearly shows the difference in color of the more deteriorated southern portion of the lot. Here is a view of the new pavement surface at the southern section of Lot 89, and a view of the southwest section. Here you see the new pavement installation at the bus loop road. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you'll find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the Commuter Lot 89 reconstruction project can be directed to the project representative, Kevin Durkin. Next, we have an update on the construction of the new Sheep Barn addition. The Sheep Teaching and Research Center is located in the agricultural district near the intersection of Bennett and Hagedorn Roads. This project is necessary to provide space for a new researcher, which will reinvigorate programming, enhance lambing facilities to improve research opportunities, and provide a new direction for animal feeding and handling. The scope of the project includes demolition of the existing wing and construction of a new wing, creation of lab and procedural space, and enhancement of existing animal pen and feeding areas. Impacts will include personnel space additions along with additional parking, and utility connections. As a result of these renovations, these spaces will not be open to public visitation and viewing. Construction began on June 1st, and the facility will be ready for occupancy in September. Here you see an aerial view of the site as it existed prior to construction, showing the location of the new addition. The facility plan shows the renovated areas in the eastern section. The plan for the new lab and research area. This space will have 8-foot ceilings and will be climate controlled. Demolition of part of the existing space to prepare for the new addition began in June. Here you see framing in progress with installation of trusses. Framing progress continues. Concrete has been poured in the area containing the newly formed research feed bunks, as well as in the new office and work areas. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the sheet barred addition project can be directed to the project representative, Ben Darling. Lastly, we have a presentation on the project to replace the windows in the music practice building. The music practice building is located in the North Campus Academic District off West Circle Drive. The windows in music practice date to the building's construction in 1968 and no longer provide adequate insulation or environmental protection. As such, humidity fluctuations increase the stress and maintenance cost of instruments within the building and impact the operations of the College of Music. By replacing aged windows with modern, efficient, thermally broken windows, humidity levels can be better maintained without excessive condensation. In addition, the surface finishes will also be restored. Impacts to the campus community will include repurposing of the existing loading dock parking area to provide a temporary staging area during construction, as well as possible rerouting of pedestrian traffic at adjacent sidewalks east of the building. The loading dock, as well as the main building entrance, will remain accessible during the entirety of the project. Work will be confined to one side of the building at a time. Construction is slated to begin in May of 2016, with completion in August of 2016. Here you see an aerial view of the music practice building site. Here is a view of the curtain wall windows on the south side of the building prior to construction. This project will also involve replacement of the curtain wall panels with thermally broken panels. Here you see a view of the completed curtain wall on the south side of the facility, and a view of the west facade, and finally a view from the north side of the building. If you would like further information about this or any other project, visit the construction.msu.edu webpage. There you will find links to all current and past projects. Specific questions regarding the music practice building windows replacement project can be directed to the construction representative, Kevin Durkin. This concludes the August Construction Junction presentation. We encourage you to visit the Infrastructure Planning and Facilities website at www.ipf.msu.edu. There you will find information on construction and maintenance alerts, detour information, construction junction information, project and contact information. There are also a number of other IPF resources available, including listservs that you can subscribe to keep up to date with various IPF projects and events. Stay connected with IPF via social media. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Watch our videos on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Construction Junction presentations will be made available on the CJ website beginning the 7th of each month. We thank you for taking the time to check us out, and we hope you'll visit us again soon.